Mr. Andolina, PMI keeps investing in Greece. You have announced a new round of investments equaling and amounting to 200 millions in 2023, and in total you have invested over 700 millions in the country. What brought you to Greece, and why did you make the initial decision and then the follow-up investments?
We've been in Greece for many, many years. But you're right, back in 2017, when we were at the beginning of our transformation to deliver the smoke-free future, and when we decided to make the first big round of investment in Greece to transform our factory here into the second factory in the world, fully dedicated to IQOS and heats, it was not an immediate choice. We made an investment of 300 million at the time because we believe in Greece. We believe in the capability of the people that we have here that have been demonstrated over the years. We believe that our Greek organization had an important leadership role to play in the transformation, and we also believe in the engagement that we have had for many years with the Greek society, and that continues to be a very, very productive one.
And moving away from Greece, I'd like to see the bigger picture, and let us talk about Europe. And Europe is in the heart of your smoke-free journey. So given your role, your pan-European role, what do you think is the outlook for the European economy and the roadmap ahead?
I mean, I look at the outlook for the European economy and how it impacts us. Europe has a super important role to play, and that is already playing in our transformation. Today, out of the more than 25 million users of IQOS that we have around the world, about 10 million of them are in Europe. So about 40% of our volumes coming from smoke-free products are coming from Europe. And it's not only that, the speed at which we are growing in Europe is actually extremely fast. If I look, I'll give you an example from one of our markets. We grew our volumes of smoke-free, of IQOS, in Italy in Q1 this year versus last year by more than 20%. Obviously, the conditions in the past 18 months had been quite disturbed. There has been inflation, there has been the war, there has been residual elements of the supply chain disruptions that we have all seen, which have impacted sometimes our cost, but we continue to invest in Europe. And our ambition is, over the next few years, to actually double the number of users and to significantly contribute to our ambition to have, as a company, 50 million users in IQOS that have stopped smoking by 2025. So I am positive we will continue to work in all the countries to deliver our ambitious objectives.
You mentioned the world transformation, and you mentioned huge numbers of people switching from traditional smoking to IQOS. So you've been undergoing a significant transformation for those last years. So when does it end? What is your end game in this one? And what are the challenges that you have been facing throughout the process?
You know, transformation is a journey. I don't know that that journey has an end game because things continue to change. Consumer needs change. The science continues to evolve. The technology so. The innovation and therefore our ability to bring new solutions to the market. Look at what happened just at the end of last year. We had IQOS. We had just started with our vape products, and we decided to make an acquisition, and we entered into oral tobacco with the acquisition of Swedish Match and the entry into nicotine pouches. So it's a dynamic movement that never stops. And that is one of the things that we've had to build throughout the transformation, this agility of the organization to be able to rapidly learn new capabilities, bring new solutions to consumer, adapt to shifting environment and shifting needs, and constantly being able to be on top of it.
But to achieve that, we also have to tackle and deal with regulatory issues. And you're discussing a balanced approach to the regulation issues that allow you to shift to a smoke-free process. So where are you on that, and what are the challenges that you are facing?
We talk about an approach that allows us to have a regulation that recognizes the role of new innovative products in reducing the harm that comes from tobacco. There are still many countries that see the approach to tobacco regulation as either prevention or cessation. But they don't see that, having done that for many years, we have countries like France, for instance, where we have implemented all measures of plain packaging, we have limited the amount of branding, marketing, communication that can be done to the consumers, we have increased prices by €3 just in the past couple of years, and still that is not sufficient to curb the prevalence of smoking. There is a role for alternative products that are better than cigarettes to play in accelerating the stopping of smoking. And therefore, that's what we advocate. Balanced regulations that recognize that smoke-free products are different. Their risk is significantly reduced in relation to the risk of cigarettes, and that therefore they should play a role in this journey.
One of the major topics of this year's Delphi Economic Forum was ESG and sustainability. But on the other hand, corporations need to balance that with profitability. So how do you manage to juggle between those two equally impactful elements?
You know what? On that, we actually see the two things coming really well together, because we see that sustainability is our business strategy, because in building a strategy that has sustainability at the core of it, there are opportunities for innovation, for purpose-led and value-driven impact. And in there we find ideas for innovations, ideas for growth, ideas for value. And you see it in what we're doing even just with the product. There could have been no sustainability for us as a company if first and foremost we had not tackled the sustainability of our product through innovation, eliminating the harm issues that were associated with cigarettes. This is now projecting us into a new possibility to talk with purpose about what we are doing, and that constitutes one of the key elements of our sustainability approach. But obviously we look, and we are really motivated and committed to also look at all the elements related to environmental sustainability. We have put out there ambitious commitments of being carbon neutral in scope 1 and 2 by 2025. I think this is one of the most ambitious goals that you can find out there. We are well on our way. We report constantly on all our sustainability metrics, and we are well on our way to deliver that. We have always been committed to social sustainability, and we have renewed our engagement on social sustainability, putting out objectives such as eradicating from our farmer community around the world the issue of poverty and the issue of child labor by 2025. We are well on our way for that. But also with transformation, there are new elements of sustainability and social sustainability that we need to tackle. Look at what is happening with artificial intelligence, for instance. This is revolutionizing the world of work. People will be required probably to do less, but to do different activities. And therefore, how do we prepare our workforce towards shifts of that magnitude? How do we make their competencies and capabilities contemporary so that they can still be competitive on a job market that is shifting so much? We're investing for that into lifelong learning for all our employees in order to keep their skills and capabilities contemporary. All these are elements of the many, many things that we're doing about sustainability, and we're really committed to continue to be a leader in sustainability globally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.